It's time for 13 facts about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild you probably didn't know. Ready or not, here we go. As everybody knows, cuckoos are dangerous creatures in Breath of the Wild. Hit one of them too many times and you're gonna get swarmed by the Cuckoo Revenge Squad. But the same thing goes for the monsters in Hyrule, specifically geese. If a swarm of these bats tries messing with one of your cuckoos, well, let's just say it's not gonna be pretty. For the geese, that is. Shout out to Alexander Hyperbeam for sharing that on Reddit. In a lot of the trailers leading up to Breath of the Wild, Nintendo loved showing off the broken Master Sword, which is what the sword looks like after the Great Calamity. However, when Link reawakens, the sword is completely fixed, meaning it's not possible to obtain the broken variation of the Master Sword in the game. Despite this, it does exist in the game's files. By summoning in Weapon Sword 056 with hacks, you can get your hands on it. It only deals 1 damage per hit, but on the bright side, it has a unique sheathing sound. Thanks to Legend of Link for explaining that on Twitter. I learned this one from Rosemark on the Breath of the Wild Reddit. Lizalfos can travel just as fast as a max speed horse. Apparently, they can also travel at the same speed as the Lord of the Mountain. Although in all of my attempts to replicate this, the Lizzle gave up chasing me, so it seems like this is a rare occurrence. This fun fact comes at you from Reddit user KKSeeks. You can ride on the windmills on top of Robbie's lab. To my knowledge, it's the only windmill like this in the game, as the ones in Hateno and Tabantha cannot be climbed. Sometimes when exploring Hyrule, you can find campfires that are left behind by travelers. They look identical to the ones that the player can spawn, but they actually have a secret buff. These ones remain lit even after you take a nap at them, unlike the player-created campfires, which just fizzle out. This trick also works on the cooking pots in Hyrule. And here's an extra tip. If you really need your player-created campfire to stay lit, then just set a flammable item next to it. When you wake up, the campfire won't go out. Not sure how that'd be useful, but hey, you never know. This is probably the best known fact on the list, but it's something I didn't learn about till this summer when I had a Discord chat with NX721. If you go to the dye shop to change the color of the Barbarian helm, it changes not only the color, but the design on it too. This could add some real spice to whatever Barbarian cosplay you're doing, and it's something I wish I had realized sooner. If you manage to steal the eye of a Stalnox and take it far enough away from its skeletal body, the eye will stop trying to return to the rest of the skeleton. Effectively, this means you could have your very own pet eyeball. I mean, think about it. It floats on the water, it could be used as a weapon, and it has fun sound effects. And if you want to keep your pet eyeball from disintegrating when it becomes daytime, just sleep at the nearest campfire until it's night again. This won't despawn your new BFF, so you can effectively keep it as a pet forever. You might have noticed that Link's skin gets reddish when he's in the cold. It's something that I mentioned before in my video about the bread percent speedrun. In the comment section of that video, several of you explained that this happens because the body is pumping blood faster, which is meant to warm you up and prevent frostbite. But little do most people know that you can replicate this red skin effect outside of the cold areas in Hyrule. All you have to do is hold an ice weapon. It's a small detail on Nintendo's part, but one that won't go unappreciated. Here's a fun one from Reddit user Josenius Apollo. If you glide above Gerudo Town and get caught in midair while holding a weapon, that weapon will stay equipped during the next cutscene. This can lead to some neat animations where Link will be holding a two-handed weapon with a single hand, like this spear. And this stone smasher. It even works on bow and arrows. Reddit user WizzyBoy is the one who taught me this. Although it might seem like lizards die when you shoot them with a bow, if you take a closer look, you'll see that it's actually still alive, just twitching a little bit from being stunned. Gosh, now I feel bad for shooting them. Thankfully, these lizards aren't permanently injured. You can confirm this by throwing one of them out of your inventory and watching it scamper off without a scratch. This fun fact is coming to you straight from Reddit user Chicken Vomit. Boy, ain't that a lovely name. Anyways, they discovered that the shallow water in Zora's Domain does not conduct electricity. Deeper water areas in Zora's Domain still do, but on the pathways and next to the statue, you can't trigger that normal electric explosion. According to Mr. Vomit, he thinks that the stones used in the construction of Zora's Domain neutralize the effects of electrical weapons, which would make a lot of sense since the Zora are vulnerable to electricity. If you hold the ZL button on the controller while swimming, you can trigger different swimming animations. Moving backwards performs an elementary backstroke, moving forward or to the side performs a side stroke with really awful swimming form, and moving in any direction without the ZL button performs a normal breaststroke with a flutter kick. Okay, that's not normally how you do that, but gosh darn it, Link is trying his best. Thanks to Christian with a Mission for pointing this out on Reddit. If you ever wondered how Link is able to spawn bombs from his Sheikah Slate, wonder no longer. It's all done from the ring on the bottom of the Sheikah Slate, which is identical to the ring on the top of the bombs. Link just pulls out the pin and it creates a new bomb. Now, it's true that this was already explained on page 219 of Creating a Champion, but for those of us who don't own that book, it's cool to finally learn how this mystery is able to be done. Wait a minute, do you hear that? Yeah, that faint voice in the back of your head saying, like the video. No? Oh, okay, well, that's weird. I thought for sure I heard something. Anyways, that's 13 facts about Breath of the Wild you probably didn't know. Be sure to stick around for more Zelda fun facts and trivia in the near future. Until I see you next time, have fun, storm of the castle.